Hey guys, I am back with a new weekly devotional video, and I always film so far these videos on a Saturday and then kind of upload them that day, and then they go live on Sunday. So when this video goes live, which you will be seeing it on Easter Sunday, I just wanted to wish you guys a blessed and wonderful Easter Sunday. I hope you have a wonderful church service wherever you attend church. If you're not able to attend church somewhere, you can watch a lot of church services online. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. And last week I was telling you guys that Sarah had requested that I do a video about friendship. And so I was planning on doing it last week, then I had my praise report, and so I said I would do it this week. And I mentioned at the end of that video that about a friendship that I think is a really great friendship from the Bible, and that one was between David and Jonathan, and the story is kind of told in the book of 1 Samuel, so I suggested that you guys read that book or listen to it. It's a fascinating book of the Bible. It's very adventurous. A lot of things happen. So without going into extreme detail about their friendship, I'm just going to quickly run through it and then tell you my thoughts and feelings on friendship. So back then, before David became king, Saul was king, and then Jonathan was Saul's son, and David was Jonathan's best friend. Now, I'm leaving out a lot of details, but they were good friends. Well, Saul does something he was not supposed to do. He sinned, and then at that point, when he sinned, he did something he should not have done. God decided that he was going to have another person anointed king. Before that happened, though, Saul was a good man. He was a very humble man, but he sinned and made a really bad decision. So at that point, God had Samuel anoint David as the next king of Israel. So as time went by, Saul's attitude changed, and he was extremely hateful to David. He tried to kill him, and so throughout all of that, David and Jonathan's friendship stayed true. And so they have a great example of a friendship in the Bible. So that was just a very quick, condensed thing. Read it and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I was going to tell you about my thoughts on friendship and what I think you should do to be a good friend. I'm going to take this from the standpoint of being a good friend as opposed to looking for a good friend, because I think if you can be a good friend, you will find one that's good to you as well. But I will say on that note, be very wise in your choice of friends. Really make a good choice about it, and don't hang out with people that are going to, I would say, bring you down or lead you into doing things that you don't need to do. So make a wise decision when you choose your friends. But that being said, I really wanted to talk about how you can be a good friend to somebody and what I think about it. I think most of us probably have really good friendly acquaintances that you would call your friends, okay? I have a lot of those people, and that I'm a friendly person. I like people. I like getting to know people. But I would say for the most part, they are friendly acquaintances. But to be a really, truly good friend, this is what I think that you kind of need to take the attitude towards, and that is when it's easy to be a friend in good times when everything is smooth sailing, the sun is shining, the birds are singing. You know what I'm talking about. It's harder to be a good friend possibly when times are bad. And what I mean for that, not necessarily times are bad for you, but what if the times are bad for that person you call your friend, and they really, really need you for something, whether it be emotional support, transportation, they may even need some financial support. That's a little bit of a touchy situation right there, but the thing about it is, are you the type of person that is willing to sacrifice something of yourself, your time, money sometimes, your support? Can you go see them? Do you do those things when you have a friend in need? Think about that. Really, what do you do for the person that you call your friend? Are you, Is it somebody that you just want to hang out and go shopping with, maybe out to eat, and you just kind of got them put in that little box? Or is this somebody that you can just tell your deepest secrets to, and you know that they will not share them with anybody? And do you do the same for them? Really, to be a true friend, you have to take the good, the bad, the ugly, everything all together, and really, really be supportive of someone when they need you. I think that's great. Now, granted, on that note, if you ended up having a friend that abuses those privileges, and I don't mean privileges in a negative respect, but abuses your friendship and that is constantly taking advantage, then that's not a good friend at all. So think about yourself. Do you do that to somebody? And really, really look internally and think, what do I do for that person that I call my friend? How do I treat them? Just really think about it. And I think that if you can be there when they need you, in the good times and the bad, celebrate when they have things that need to be celebrated. Cry if not, you don't necessarily have to literally shed tears, but weep with them when they need times of weeping. Rejoice when it's times of rejoicing. Things of that nature. Don't be jealous of your friend. If your friend gets say promotion at work or does something really great, gets to take an awesome vacation and you don't get to, don't be jealous of that friend. Be excited for them and rejoice with them. That's the type of friend that I want to be towards somebody else. And sometimes it can be hard depending on the personality that you have. And I do know that some people possibly have anger issues, jealousy issues, just negative things. If that's what you may suffer from, then that would be something that you would want to work on, and ask your friend to help you possibly work on them. And don't get mad about anything if they mention something. And on that note, because that just popped into my head, I was meaning to say this as well, but really a true friend can also tell you something that may be hard to hear, and granted, it's going to be hard for them to say, something that you may need to hear. Keep that in mind. Let's just say, for an example, and I remember reading about this on Facebook. It was a Facebook friend, not somebody that I would call a best friend whatsoever, but it was a Facebook friend. And she put on Facebook that a friend of hers came to her and said, "I'm really concerned about your weight, and I think you need to do something about it," because she was a larger person. And she got on Facebook and she said, "I really appreciated this person saying that," and it really just struck a chord with her, and then she started doing something about it. So if your friend comes to you and makes a suggestion about something, and not being mean or being well, mean. I can't think of the other word I wanted to use, but if they come to you and really bring something up to you, it doesn't have to be about your weight. It may be something else. But if you're making a bad decision and they say, "Hey, you may want to think about that," don't get mad at them. Really think about what they said. Pray about it. Dwell on it. And say, "I think they're right," if they are right. And say, "Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Yes, it kind of hurt my feelings," because I think if somebody looks at you and says, "Hey, you need to lose some weight," that's a roundabout way of saying you're fat, that's going to hurt your feelings. Don't get me wrong. But you need to take it with the spirit that it was said to you, and say, "Hey, this person really cares about me. They want me to live a long, healthy life." And take it with that attitude. And that's just one example about your weight. It can be about anything. So it's a give and take situation. You need to be able to accept, let's say, some helpful criticism or some constructive criticism, and not get angry with that person, especially if it was done with a good heart and it was not malicious. And so that, to me, though, is the hardest thing that I would have about being a good friend to somebody, is really looking at them and saying, what you are doing is not a good thing to be doing, or whatever, what I'm saying, whatever it may be. I have an extreme problem vocalizing that to somebody, and that is something that I would have a hard time doing that. But I think the people that do it and the people that accept it, that is a good friendship right there. But just me personally, because I can't stand hurting somebody's feelings, that is why I have trouble with that. But just think about stuff like that, and let me know what you guys think about friendship and how, what is something that you and your friend have done together. Have you stuck with them through the thick and thin of different things? Sometimes friendships, what they say, you can choose your friends, but you can't your family. So usually choose people that you want to hang out with. But just let me know what you think on the topic, and I hope this has been what you wanted to hear, Sarah. I'm not sure. Again, it's my normal rambling a lot of times, but again, just really just I would say be a kind person to your friend. Rejoice when something good happens, and kind of mourn with them and lift them up though when something bad happens. And don't ever rejoice in someone's downfall. Kind of lift them up. And that's what I have to say about friendship. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a blessed and wonderful week, and I'm going to tell you bye for now.